speak shalom in life. Yeshua. Just stretch your tell that rheumatoid arthritis. No, we bless her. Bless and keep you. Give you shalom. Right in the name of Yeshua. The blood of the Lamb. Healing and with the Messiah. There'd be a good report. And Yeshua. Amen. Everyone say, let's give Messiah a hand clap. Children are dismissed for class. I understand this Lord class too. So, down there. My daughter just turned 14. Amen. Just at Shalom, Shalom years ago. I mean, you were at this here. Rooster. Ready for say blessing. One more time. Lord. Things of his spirit. Not leaving the same. Tell your neighbor, you're not leaving the same. Say Yeshua's spirit. Amen. Remain standing as we read. That promise, you can be seated. You have Torah? Come on. Come on. That's when you get older, you forget things. We don't.
Today's reading comes out of the book of Vayikra, chapter 25, and this is Bahar, which means on the. I'm reading this. And Adonai spoke to Moses on the mountain, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when you come into the land which I give you, then the land bless his name. You will sow your for 6 years. For 6 years you will prune your vineyards and gather in its fruit, but the 7th year will be a Sabbath for the rest of a Sabbath for Adonai. You will neither sow on accord, harvest you will not reap, neither gather under us, for it your rest for the land. And the Sabbath produce of the land will be food for you, for your servants, for your maids, for your hired servants, and for the strangers who live. And the wild animals that are on the land, if all increase, will be Jubilee year. And you will number 7 Sabbath years for yourself, 7 times 7. And the space of the 7th Sabbath year will be for you, the horn, the shofar. It's actually Jubilee. And on the 10th of the 7th month, and on the day of the atonement, you will sound the horn throughout all your land. And the 15th year, and proclaim liberty to all its inhabitants. And you will reap his possessions to each family. The 15th year will be a day. You will not sow or reap which grows in itself, or gather the grapes of your, for it is Jubilee. It will be holy to you. Increase of it out of the field. In the year of the Jubilee, you will return each man to your neighbor, or buy anything of the neighbor's hand. 9 years after Jubilee, you will buy from your neighbor according to the number of years of its fruit. Sell you. According to the multitude of years, you will increase its price. Yeah. For according to the number of years of the fruits, he sells, but you, your God. For I, Yahweh, so you have to do them, and you will live in the land. And the land will yield its fruits and live in safety. And what will we eat the 7th year? Behold, we will not sow or gather on in its and gather in our increase. Then I shall command upon you in the 6th year, and it will bring the 9th year until, and you will eat of the old store. The land will not be sold forever, for the land is for the strangers, and you are strangers, sojourners with me. And in all the land of your possessions, you will grant a redemption to the land. This portion of the Torah introduces the mitzvah of the sabbatical years, the Jubilee, votes concerning. This week's reading is clear evidence that it is not an invention of mankind. The Torah is not the result of development. Its votes in this reading defy good economic grain, also contains beautiful social principles, respect for humanity and justice. The commandments in this chapter include the environmentally progressive idea and the socially progressive of the Jubilee year. Also, legislation is a concern for the poor. So this has a special relationship to Mount Sinai. This connection, of course, all Shemitah. The commandment proves that only Adonai is the Torah, because this chapter guarantees that the year before the Shemitah, crops will produce enough to last for 3 years. No man can statement or to make that happen. Adonai can. Amen. It's a Sabbath year for the land. Verse 2, when you come into the land which I give you, the land will keep back. The observance of the Shemitah was a real test of faith, since it was meant that the Jews had to completely trust Adonai and that he would provide for them their usual practices and their banking practices. Sadly, the people did not observe the laws of Shemitah and this eventuality in Babylon. We read all about the fall of Jerusalem in 2 Chronicles chapter 36. This is for the second reading. There's 2, and the second one is who I. It starts with walk on my statutes and guard my commandments, the mitzvot, and perform them. I will give you rains in their seasons for the increase in the trees. Obviously, they did not obey the Shemitah, the captivity. Faithfully votes, we will live securely in the promised land when Adonai will dwell there among us. We will truly know the treasures of the earth, but is of this world. Material blessings are hardly the prime reward, nor are material deprivation. But the events in this chapter are hidden. As we walk in obedience, our faith becomes stronger, and the blessings build us, to grow us, spiritually, and they also lead to material blessings this earth. All about obedience, because it's all about being already Sagala from the rabbis that say this. By leaving the fields unattended and for a year, the Jews demonstrated that this world is but a corridor, a world. The true life comes without striving for material gain and dedication to spiritual growth. That is a hidden mystery. Therefore, Adonai shows us that those who serve him with sincerity and joy will increase our service and earn even greater reward. However, one who rebels will be punished with nation, so we could perform the mitzvot and earn a share. Well, I'm not so sure about that last statement. That's food for thought to what a jubilee comes from the Hebrew word for, which is or to care. There originally meant leader of the flock. It is the Hebrew word for the show. Well, the meaning was limited to ram, which is not. You will sound as a horn. Horn is a shofar, and now we know bell. The word shofar transformed in Greek, it was Geleos, I believe is how you pronounce it. Latin called Jubilee. After 7 years of Shemitah, the Yovel. be set free, debts are forgiven, loans are canceled, property is Imagine what it must be when the Jubilee was kept. Imagine all of your debts were canceled. A very large, expensive piece of property from your great-great-grandmother. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Suppose you were a slave because of a large financial debt. And then when the Jubilee was sounded, free. It's over with, right? You realize that when you accepted Yeshua into your heart, your Jubilee, yes. You are the Lord of salvation. Okay, so who really owns the land of Israel? The world today is in such a state of turmoil over the Arabs claim that the land of Israel is the rightful property of the Jewish Zionists claim that the land is Jewish territory. So still the politicians in the world are able to the crisis can be found in the laws of the mitzvot in chapter 25 today. The land of Israel to the Palestinians or to the Israelis. You are strangers and sojourners with me. The church should be the rule of life for the land. Nor do the residents of the land have the right to give it away or to sell it to others. Adam has the right to the land. The Torah makes it clear that he has given the land of Israel to the descendants of Isaac and Jacob. And that is given to them as an possession. This concept arises from implications. Since the land belongs to Adonai, those who granted permission to live in it must live up to his conditions. Amen? Amen. Is this happening today? Do you see the world situation today and why we are on the cusp of another war? Do you think our leaders can correct this situation? Israel, the Israelites are only stewards of Adonai. They don't have the right to give it away or to sell it. The Torah. Okay, I'm going to Rabbi, if you just a couple more minutes, in. For the Omar. Does anybody know? Sunset, which is at 8:46. It marks the 40th day. You know what the day of the count the of Yeshua. Between Pesach and Shavuot, which is the 50th day, is the chain that led redemption. This is the redemption. The blood of the lambs led Israel deliverance and the giving of the at Sinai. So the redemption of the blood of Yeshua led the world's deliverance and the giving of Ruach Kadesh at Zion. Zion created. The Holy Spirit created the worldwide people of Adonai, redeemed from and every. That is in Revelation 5:9. The waving of the 2 loaves of bread at the creation, both Jew and Gentile. That would be first fruits of the kingdom of Adonai. The resurrection of Yeshua on the first day of the counting of the Omer. First fruit of Yahweh. Blessed the Holy Spirit days later on Shavuot. That's the ascension was foreshadowed by Moses in receiving the Sinai. Just as Moses had waited 40 days before the Torah was given to the Israelites, so promise which given. So I hope I have given you a better understanding of my opening statement. The sabbatical year has a special relationship with Sinai. The resurrection and ascension make us alive together in the Messiah. Amen.
I want to ask you one thing. evening now. 12. I'm not going to be long to share the word that was given to me. I really had some insight into this. So as we continue on, I want to, if it'll allow me to. Words. Okay, you guys. I think it affects the. Let's say this together. Oh, Adonai, my God, you are very great. You are clothed with honor and beauty, who covered yourself with a white garment, who stretched out the heaven. So you can be seated this week. Real quick, I just want to review something last week. How many were here last week? Again, Father, thank you for letting it hit the mark today, touching lives and hitting hearts in Yeshua the Messiah. Amen. Amen. Last week we read from Judges, and there were two, and in the passage of Judges 2 and 3, and talked about war. They're in the land, and they're back and forth. Two words that really hard them in the land. Removed the Amorites and the Hittites. He left them for a purpose, and everybody say twofold. Purpose, what? Test and to train, not just to train, but to train for war. Why is allows these things in our lives as well as Yeshua? We have all the, and then we come up with rights and the spiritually speaking, that could be the little things that seem little things that test your walk of faith. How many of you have ever? It can be a situation, it can be a person, it can be a job, but it's us to see what's in, whether there's anything of value. It goes on this, everybody. So you and I need to be taught spiritual warfare. I'm sorry to tell you, I mean, I would love to say that the walk of the believer is cakes and roses. You know, oh my gosh, I've never seen so many cakes in my life as yesterday. We had strawberry cakes and cupcakes and all kinds of cakes celebrating the birthday. It was an awesome day, a great day to celebrate the family and have fun. Don't you wish life could always be about cakes and flowers and happy stuff? You know? No? Because we understand this. Listen, that's the concept of when we get to be in the presence of the Father forever, then it will be awesome. But for now, we have to learn to do warfare. Life comes and we have to do warfare. How many of you know about warfare, right? There are strategic things about warfare, right? It happens. If we saw it in Tanakh, we're going to see it in the believers. And so it's something that he allows. And I asked you, I said, how do we learn about warfare? What's the picture? Because first in the natural and then the spirit. And I took you to Psalm 104. And we talked about how do we do warfare. Yeshua said that when you go into your prayer closet, see, warfare is all about, we sometimes want to rebuke, and yes, rebuking, and you can speak the word and stand in the word. But your biggest place of warfare is in your prayer closet. It's that secret place, everybody say secret place, that secret place of prayer that you hide yourself in, and you begin your job. There is a connection there, and that is where you can do your best spiritual warfare. Everybody say spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. So it's interesting because we talked about prayer closet is not, back in the days of Messiah, they didn't have little rooms where they had closets and they prayed. These were called the prayer closets. It's translated as a closet, but don't lose the concept. If you have a closet at home and you're praying, hallelujah. I got a little quiet place in my house where I pray. And how many of you have that too? You need that place. You need to get away. It is a very personal space between you and him, just like this. Do we have that picture, Lori, up of the?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to see that in just a moment. But see, this is a picture of, did you know that the rabbis say that the Father actually clothes himself with light? Now, I want to just step a little bit further here and say this. I believe that if you see the Father in all the show, it looks like this. But I believe there's a concept here that we need to see. Even the rabbis say that he clothes himself with light. He is light. But let's go back to that. Where is that? if you look to the sides of the north is where the of Adonai is supposedly. You'll notice that the northern lights, and there's this curtain of lights. It's a picture in the natural of what he is. He's covered it. I never forgot there's a gentleman by several boxers in Australia. I believe. Awesome testimony. He said that when he saw Yeshua, it's not like you know, he said it was like he wore what he saw was he said he saw him and he wore it looked like imagine somebody wearing with he said that's the only way that I can explain it with all these colors. He said it was awesome. So we understand even from Scripture that the Scripture says the Father clothes himself with light. Everybody say light. I can also where we talked about he is covered in light, called the wing of garment. And Scripture Psalm 1, what does it say? He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall live under the shadow of the Almighty. A picture of the Father taking people under his wing. You are hidden in the secret place. How many know you're hidden this morning? I just look over Scripture of last week. Scripture after Scripture after Scripture that's in the secret. Why is it? Why would, if you are dwelling in the very Father's covering? Now we imagine that as that's a measure, that's a figurative language. Think about it. I tend to believe we are literally covered in the side of Yeshua. He takes. He wanted to get married. Believe. And you rest. And he's making a statement that protect you. And I'm going to keep you. And you're under my covering. And I'm going to hide you. I'm going to keep you safe. The Father does the same thing with his bride. Yeshua does the same thing. I'm going to gather you. I'm going to keep you. In fact, he told Jerusalem that I would have gathered you under my. So that we talk about being hidden in him and under the shadow of his wing. Makes me think of something else. It spoke of the shadow of his wing. Think about the Ark of the Covenant. They had a 24/7 and they're worshiping and they're writing down scriptures. And here is the secret dwelling right in the midst. To dwell in the shadow. That glory would be interesting. Everybody's a shadow. Something about that I want to touch on that the wing of the garment. For time's sake, in history, the Techeles or the Tzitzit. But the Tzitzit was a picture in Numbers of where they were to wrap these. It's a picture really of the community being held together by blue thread, Messiah himself. Why blue? Numbers 15 tells us why blue. Remember last week? How many were here last week? Not green, not red, not purple. I like purple. Why not purple? Sapphire. Everybody say sapphire. So this is where we get the word sapphire. It also has to do with the word for word in Hebrew. That's one of the sapphire, but actually that's a poor translation. Blue. Everybody say blue. Blue. Watch this. It's blue because it's interesting. Scripture was blue. Remind me this prayer show. Numbers 15 tells us the covenant, and it's a word. So when we are to see these, if you're wearing these today, Scripture says they are to four corners of the garment. Everybody say four corners. I shared with you last week. We have them on our talis. Tali tells us you wear them on the corners. If we're wearing them on our clothes, Scripture. That's why people wear the katan, the undergarment, whether you want to go, and that's what Scripture said. There's a reason why corners. It represents the wing. The corner represents the wing, the covering, the points, so to speak. Everybody says points. Also, this we're going to Exodus 24. Here come the elders. Here comes Israel, and they're eating and drinking in the very presence of the Almighty. Watch what it says. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as a cave work of sapphire stone. Very heavy in its clarity. And he will give you the tablets of stone, the law of commands which I have written, that you may teach them. It wasn't sapphire at all. We didn't have sapphire. They called sapphire in that day probably wasn't called sapphire until the Roman period. If you'll study this, now sapphire is everybody say blue. Nowadays, different types of color. But the original sapphire is blue of the Almighty's throne. That is lapis. That is real lapis. That's a picture. I'm going to pass it around. I want you to look at that. So just pass it around the teaching. You're going to look. We'll pass another one over this way. That way you don't have to wait. Lapis is a picture of the foundation of God's throne as well. Say the cover. It didn't say the middle part. Foundation. Everyone say foundation. Sapphire, words, covenant, all comes in, and it all with this. When you look at the word, because the word was written in probably lapis. It's a very hard stone. I tried to break some of that the other day. My hidden with her sparks are flying. It broke eventually, but that's a hard stone to break. Can you imagine the Father himself writes it in the lapis, and he hands it to him. Beautiful stone. Why blue? Everybody say, why blue? Because blue is a picture of the foundation of the throne of Adonai. Foundation of Adonai. Yeah, foundation. Let's look at that for just a minute. Foundation is what you build on. Your foundation is solid. We have a strong foundation. What's the foundation? What was their foundation? As people, as a family? The Torah. Everybody say word. So the word was the foundation. Take away the foundation of the word, you have no community. So that word is so powerful when they remembered his foundation. When they saw the word, they remembered his foundation. What's your foundation? The word. As believers, the foundation is the word. His foundation. His word is the foundation. Then let me ask you a question. What is the foundation of the Father's throne? Let's look. A picture of the passing. Amen. Thank you. Isaiah 50. Reflected cost with temple gems, foundations with sapphire, with that color of the picture. Why did he? Because you guys have gone back and forth, and there's been issues happening in your life, back and forth, back and forth. But there will come a day when you're going to have a solid foundation. Amen. That foundation is my covenant with you. When you see this, that's my covenant with you. You go through tests and trials and troubles to train you, and you're in warfare. Always remember, my covenant is your foundation. Who I am. Covenant with everybody else in that day. It was with Israel. All the other nations. Covenant with other nations. It was only with Israel. Everybody say, look at something. Isaiah 66:1, thus says Adonai, heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. Where is that? Where is the place of my rest? I love this picture because we're just reviewing this. Think about the lapis that he wrote in the Ten Commandments, the covenant, everybody covenant. He takes that, he gives that to Moshe. Moshe takes it, he puts it in the ark. Where does the ark end up? He took a very word picture, he gave this to us, and I'm just using an example. He took his covenant, he wrote a foundation stone, and he said he placed Jerusalem. That's why Jerusalem was such a special place. He said it is the foundation. It's always foundation. Literally the Father in the heaven, but foundation of his covenant. There literally was a peace. If you think about it, he was almost saying, it was like this. Can you imagine? I'm not saying this, but it was almost as a peace of heaven. Watch the picture. So what's this? What's the foundation? The Father's throne is built upon a foundation. You're looking at the picture of foundation today, but watch this. Psalm 51:4. What does the word say that his foundation is? Against you only have I sinned, done this evil in your sight, that you may judge us when you speak, and blameless when you judge. The Bible tells us this in the book of Psalms. I'm not going to keep you today, but the book of Psalms says that There is something foundation of it's your throne. Say righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. What does he build? Because we're going somewhere with this. What does he build everything upon? If his sits upon a foundation of my throne, he says in the word. Say righteousness. It's what doesn't he say happiness or joy or health or whatever? Why does he say righteousness? Because the Hebrew word for righteousness, everyone say, that means there's a concept you want to get to. Righteousness and together. But when these are words that we use in our language. Righteousness means to be right. Righteousness means to be straight. To be right. I'm not talking about conservatives. I'm talking about righteousness means to be right. It means to be straight, upright.
Yes.
It means to always be. My Heavenly Father is always. How do we know that? That day, have you ever heard somebody being a straight shooter? What does that mean? Some of our shooters. What does that mean? You hit the target. You're always hitting the target. You're honest. You're always known to be honest and true in that thing. Heavenly Father. He's always right. He's never wrong.
Yes.
Says he's never wrong. He's never wrong. And he is never wrong in his never wrong. And yet, when we go through these trials and these troubles, thoughts will come. If you really are good, if you're going through this, why did that? Why did you die? Why did that child sufferings and all of these miseries? If you were sons, that's the flesh. No evil in him. He's always upright and always about with his people. This means he's never wrong. It doesn't mean that he's sitting there and he's going, "Well, I'm always right." That's not the case. It's just who he is.
Yes. Yes.
He's no evil in him. He's light.
Yes.
That's the king that we serve. That's it. That is the right. It doesn't, Gary. It doesn't mean that. That's just good. And even is just from stuff I can't allow that our faith. The Elohim, the Almighty is always good. And when He allows things, we can. He's always righteous. He's, but there's no crookedness in him. Comments real this morning. All this from seeing the color of the blue. When we get into these into our prayer, think about getting in that purple. If the Father's foundation is built on right, you pray for a situation that's out of order in your community, or we can think of things where your kingdom, your. Well, how do we open our eyes? I don't know how it's going to happen. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? How am I? Follow me, congregation. It can't be by hoping it. It can't be by thinking thoughts words. Don't you love it when I get neighbors, they correct about things and they say, and somebody will say, "Well, I'm praying. That's what I'm praying for." They have my friend something like that the other day. They come out and say, "We're going to pray for you." Correct. So we're going to think half of us. She's like, "God." That's their way of saying, "Oh, bless you." Whether you have one of these or whether you're at home, but you have to get into that own person. It's just again, you need to pray. That's fasting, praying. I know I'm not all people that fast all the time. Supplication, worship, I'm a prayer. That's what the righteousness is all about. Oh, we're going to get to do this thing. And he's saying, I'm not just, we're not righteous, but you are righteous. We can try to be good, we can try to follow and the covenant, the new covenant, we can follow. But listen, unless you're born from above, You can do come home and write down in you until the Spirit of Messiah. He calls you to walk in His ways. That's the reason why. We'll do a few more here. Adonai is righteous in all His ways, gracious in all His works. He's righteous in all. Say this with me, in all His ways. I have things that have happened to me. People will come to me and ask me, Rabbi, why did this happen, or why did I have to go? I don't know why, but I can tell you, it's always good. And will always work it out for His good and His glory. Because that's just who He is.
Just as even beyond.
This is even beyond good. That's my whole point. It's upright. There's no all His way. What an awesome King that we serve, that we can always come back to and say, He's always right. And He loves us. How many of you know He loves you? Look at a few more. Psalm 22:31. They will come into righteousness to a people who has done this. And I have not hidden your righteousness in your salvation. I've not concealed your truth. Let's look at another. Psalm 71. Let's look at a couple things here. Tell of your right strength of Adonai. God, I will make mention of your words. This day I declare your wonder. God, do not forsake me until I declare yours to this generation. And your power, God, also your righteousness. Oh, well, you've done great things like you. You've shown me great severe troubles and bring me back again. Notice what He's saying. Righteousness. I've gone through things, but you're always there. You're always at me, but you're always there. You're always on every side. Also raise you in your faithfulness. I'll show you what I sing to you. My hope is He's good and He's righteous. And that's just who He is. Now let's talk for just a moment. Everybody say righteousness. Righteousness. What about us? As a people, what about us? What about people? Came before the Messiah. Can we have righteousness? That's what it says. But now the righteous for all have sinned and fall short of God. That means everybody has missed that righteousness. We've all missed it. We've all missed it. All sin. Being justified for great redemption through faith. Say this with me, through faith. Through faith. Say it again, through faith. To demonstrate His righteousness in Yeshua. Before we go any further, let me ask you a question. Why was the Torah given? Why was the Torah given? God's word given? Very interesting. Several. Let's go to this picture here. Do you have the picture of the window? The road? No. There's a concept in the picture here, and I want you to think about it. A lot of people teach this. They say, why? I'm driving, I'm listening on one of the Christian radio stations. Drive like this, but oh my gosh, I had too much coffee. I hear this guy saying, he very earnestly said, listen, the law was given. He said, the law was given so that God could show us that we couldn't keep it. The law was, it was a way that we couldn't keep the law. So He gave Yeshua to save us. With you. Amen. Yep. Now, I knew that'd get your attention. Let me show you why. The law as a salvation. The needs of salvation. Me on this as a salvation. Everybody, you say this with me. Right? To Him. Yeshua said, I'm the way to the Father. There's no through the But follow me. Don't shut me down. I'm sharing this with you. It was given as instruction for community. This is how you live. Not always, it's true. You know, kingdom would be. Don't shut me down yet. It wasn't as a means of salvation. We never find, I would challenge you this, we never find in Scripture that says, I give you the Torah because I know you can't keep it. So I'm going to prove to you you can't keep it. You never find the word. He says, the Father gives people word and then just give it to you to show you how bad you are. Not the concept. The concept is this. The concept is, this is demonstrating to you and my righteousness.
That's right.
Will you miss the mark? Yes, you will. But, and then people will say, well, what about the sacrifices? Weren't they given for forgiveness? The sacrifices means there's two sacrifices, various meanings with the sacrifices. Oh, there's a concept of it, broken when pain, somebody throws a rock through the bottom, then the whole window is broken. And so he was saying, if you break, yes, if we've all broken the Torah, we've all broken God. He said, even if you're angry in your heart to your and you call him an headed fool, in your heart and you say that, you've broken the Torah. Well, how deep was the concept is this: the foundation of God is perfect and just, and the reason why he Torah was it's a small demonstration of who he is. When he says, "Look, don't rob, don't murder," it wasn't. It was a conscious. This is who he is. He's perfect. Right? Look, the way to get kingdom is through the yes.
Also create a world that if we lived, if we had something like the sea, what he was really like, then we would know what we were. Live and know myself like I came to know God. And then I wasn't pleased with who I was. But at least I knew who created me to be.
Interesting. Let me share this with you again. The Torah was not given for salvation. Show you how good he is. And we're going to pray, and we're going to. So here's my question. Understand what I'm saying. The concept is righteousness. He's telling, I give you my power. We have, if we believe by faith. We have a first covenant, but on the second covenant, now he says, I'm writing it in your hearts. You have a new spirit. And now he says, you are the righteousness. Well, wait a minute. If Messiah, who is justice himself, righteousness and justice, because that's the foundation of Messiah, righteousness will always demonstrate itself through justice. Watch the picture, because I'm going to. That's why the Lord was sent as salvation. And has missed the mark. We've tried to get some way for us to. Now instead of writing on stone and giving it, now he says, I take a piece of that righteousness and in you. We are living Torah. You have the word. How many of you have the word in you? In your spirit. You are living, moving the word. Living in us. Say that. Yeshua. Let's give but if you're justice or closely linked to somebody, good. Justice, that's shalom. Righteousness is perfect. If we tend to look at justice means a little action, it's not. That's retribution. That's retribution. You did me wrong. Now you take care of her. She hit my eye. You take her eye out. Can I share this with you? That's the wrong concept of justice. Justice is the concept that it is bringing about this and shalom. So here's the concept. The guy that now he's going to say, he says, look, 25 days away, I had to go to the doctor. How is he going to make retribution and make shalom in the situation? Because righteousness and justice isn't about paying somebody back for something because they missed the mark. Justice is a situation to make it whole. Right. Justice, I want to say that again. Justice is to make it. You ever have a fight with? Oh, come on. What's the concept? Well, that's the mark with me. I'm going to get it. The concept of the Father and justice is this. Justice says, let's do what we can to bring restoration, bring about wholeness, and bring about wholeness. The whole concept of God's Word is to have righteousness and justice. It can be used in functioning as a. If you have a house that's out of order of justice, it wouldn't be to kick them out. the Father's way. And the righteousness and the justice. There's get them! Our country, I was overseas. They did a study. 5% of Americans do not believe in God. 5 did anything. Can you imagine why our country's in such a shape that it is? Where is the righteousness and the justice? You won't have it because you don't have covenant. You don't have a foundation. If you lose it. So the point is that we need to start with ourselves and look with ourselves. What can we do within our own family, but also about shalom? Shalom. Everybody say. And how do we do that? Where does it start? He who dwells. All starts in the secret place with the 4 corners. Okay, if we have a foundation, we've got 4 corners. Everybody say 4. Right. And justice or shalom. Righteousness and justice are the foundation. We pray. You say, Father, take care of me, and we're going to pray for you, but you have to come into that secret place. Are you getting anything out of it? You don't have anywhere to go. Give me 2. There was a lot of scripture that I didn't go into because I didn't really go into some things. So you might ask the question today, Rabbi, how did Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob get saved? To do is study the scripture and say, how did they say? How were they pleased? How did Adonai tells you? The faith rose again. Those with him, and they were first fruits. They didn't enter into Yeshua. They couldn't get in before Yeshua. He took, but watch the concept. How were their spirits? Hebrews 11 through 6 tells us, there's others that tell us, by faith in his righteousness. Isaac and Jacob had to go through sin and justice of the foundation of but it just won't. For whatever reason, I see. Hey, and you saw 2 this way, and you saw, and there were 4 corners. And then angels, you had 1, 2, 3. And what dwelled in the middle of those angels? The Shekinah, the Messiah, the Father himself, dwelled in the midst of that. His very presence, which was himself in the very innocence, the living God through the blood. And you take those 4 corners right there with you. The very I'm just a picture. You don't have to have a talit to experience this. But your secret place, right there in the midst. And man, how we take that for granted. Well, I don't have time to pray. I don't have time. You don't understand the concept of prayer. It's a secret place. And say, I'm on hold, Roger. Something hit me today that only a secret place. The high priest was allowed 1 person in the presence of the Almighty. Yeshua is now our priest. Anybody else couldn't go there. Of all of Israel, there was only one experience the Almighty's presence and the connection. It has to be. You are the only one that can enter your place. He wants to walk intimately with you. And listen, I know you all, some of you are married and you have covenant in a secret place. It's a personal relationship. Most time. Being hidden in the place of righteousness and justice. I can't take you there. I can only these things beside. And it's in the midst of the secret place, under the shadow of the wing of the Almighty. Tom, that's the room is prepared for us. So when we see it looks around, go to the last. Help me out. If right is up of his throne. You get a chance to look at this. You get a chance to Amos 5:21. I hate and despise your festival days and assemblies. Well, that should those days say it. You say you're observing the days, but you're not doing as a community. Wow. The motions, but unless we have right, they won't work. Luke 9, Yeshua's coming in with his disciples. Walking there, half Jew and half. They walk 30 around, not to death. Here Yeshua walking through. What an honor the Messiah himself would visit the fact is he is continuing to go to Jerusalem. Send fire down, we'll call fire down. Get the disciples to tell Yeshua. They were, and see, how are we praying when we address things? How are we praying? Are we praying? Get them! Love your enemies. What do you say? Love for those who persecute you. The scripture, I'll pray for them. Kill them, God! Kill them! You laugh at that. But that's a lot of the whole goal should be about. Yeshua just keeps. He doesn't let it phase him. He just keeps going. Well, all right, 5, 10. Yeah. Watch this. The one before it, 89. Righteous, the foundation of heaven. Righteousness and justice are mercy and truth. And justice are what's holding everything corners. Mercy and loving kindness. That is a picture. Can I share this with you? It's a picture of the Messiah himself, who goes before righteousness. See, you have a corner for who the Father is, righteous or truth or justice. Concept. Go back to the one, please. Truth have met together. Righteousness. Shalom. Last picture. Where's this? Dalit. You're not saying you, but I'm just picture seeing this. You'll take it, hold it up. The town of the basic. Put it over his head. Covered it. Now watch what he does. And then the four corners. He will gather. He will wrap his head. Put it over here. Like such. And then he will pray. And I always ask, why do they do that? Why do people do that? Because it's us. The righteousness and the shalom. See, if we can pray in righteousness, but when is it that we come together? Has he done that in my life? Remember these are simple aspects to in your opinion. I have it was real hard. Some of you need to be of the throne of righteousness, and that he's. And so what I did was, I have a basket of these. I have one. I'm going to set it. And my prayer is that every time you see one, you're going to remind yourself, he's always good. He's always got this. Even in the midst of your battle, let always be reminded, the Father, this is an important message today. I feel like this may be a divine message for us today. All that he's good. Amen? Father, today for people. Thanks, I know we went a little longer, Father, but I'm asking you that this word will settle down in their heart. Always know that you're righteous, you're good, you're always just, you're always shalom, you're always work out for your kingdom. In Yeshua the Messiah, who paid the price for the tree. Father, he who knew no sin became sin. That righteousness, Father, that the Messiah. And thank you for your word. Not only have a living word in our hearts. As the blessings come, get ready to send us out with the shadow of those. Yivrech Adonai, vayishmerecha, vihunecha, Yisa Adonai, may Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Yahweh lift his countenance upon you, shine and give you his shalom. In the mighty name of Yeshua the Messiah, our righteousness. And all those people said, Amen. Amen.